Hi everyone and welcome to today's art lesson. Now, our topic this term is all about under the sea. Now, one of the big worries that we have in this world is what's happening to the sea. Okay, now you probably all know this, that things like lots of rubbish, lots of plastic is getting into the oceans and the sea, and it's causing pollution, and it's really, really bad for all the animals that live there. Okay, so here you can see a nice, cute turtle, but there's a plastic cup here and there's rubbish here, and it's not very good for these animals because sometimes they think it's food and they accidentally eat it, and it's very bad for their tummies. Okay, now here have another picture. This is a bit sad. You got this beautiful turtle here, but there's a plastic bag. Okay, but this turtle thinks that plastic bag is food. They think it's a jellyfish to be eaten. Okay, and sometimes they eat it and they get they feel very poorly when that plastic gets into their tummy. Okay. Okay, and again, here's another one. There's a turtle that's got trapped by the plastic. Okay, here another one. This sea creature, again, there's a plastic bag which he thinks is food. Okay, so one of the problems is that we're using so much plastic in this world, and a lot of our rubbish, if we don't recycle it, it can end up in the seas and the oceans. Okay, which is why I know you guys are really good. We have the recycling bin at school, and you're always really good about putting things that can be recycled in that bin that can be used again, rather than just throwing them away, where they could end up, eventually they could end up, and they go to rubbish tips, and sometimes they find their way into the ocean. Another thing, obviously, at beaches and things, people might drop litter, and that can find its way into the sea, which is very bad for the animals. Okay. Yeah, again, here's rubbish in the water. Okay, so it's really important that more people in the world are just like you, recycling things, using them again, rather than just throwing them away, because it's very bad for the planet, very bad for the seas and the oceans. Now, again, another picture of a very dirty sea there, lots of rubbish. Now, with this in mind, Mr. Lake and I thought we could use this to help us with our art today. So what we want you to do is get, some, maybe find some plastic bottles or something you have around your house, or some of your recycling, maybe bits of card, things like that. And we want you to make a model of a sea creature. Okay, could be a penguin, a dolphin, a fish, a turtle, a seahorse, an octopus, a crab. Okay, so just use what you've got. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you might want to use, you could also use other, if you have things like Play-Doh and you wanted to use that would be fine as well. Okay, so here we go. So here's an idea of something you could do. So this is a fish, a model of a fish that someone's used a plastic bottle, and then they've just got like coloured bits of paper and things and stuffed it in. They've made like the fins here and drawn on the eye, made it look like a lovely fish. So that's quite good, because that plastic might have just been thrown away otherwise, and it might have found its way into the ocean. But here we're using it again, which is better. We're using things twice, which is really good for the sea and the planet. Okay, again here, it is not very clear, but here someone's got a big bottle, that's like one of those big 2-litre bottles, and they filled it with just sort of blue paper, and they've used some fabric here to make the fins, and they've drawn on there, maybe I think they've stuck on a piece of paper. I'm sure you have lots of, from any letters or things your mummy or daddy receive, then rather than throwing out the envelope, maybe you could take that paper, reuse it, recycle it, cut out the paper, stick it on, then draw on an eye. Okay, using things again. And then here's another one. Again, so that's actually an old toilet roll. Okay, this is quite an easy one to make. So there's an old toilet roll that they've sort of coloured in, maybe, and then they've just cut the bottom to make legs of an octopus. Okay, but again, you've made something beautiful, some beautiful art out of something that we would have just thrown away otherwise. So it's great, we're using recycling, reusing things again. Okay, and then again, this is not very clear, but here's some more fish. It's a plastic bottle, and they've put some coloured things inside it, and then they've just stuck on, I think probably out of a bit of paper, maybe some paper that would have just been thrown away. They've stuck on and made some nice fins. Okay, and here's another fish made out of a plastic bottle. So we want you to have a go of making a model of a sea creature. You can choose. It doesn't have to be, but it'd be great if you could use some of your, recycling, your rubbish stuff that would have been thrown away in this model. But equally, if you want to use any other arts and crafts things you have at home, that's also great too. So look forward to seeing how you get on with this.